So welcome once again, John. So honored to have you here today.
Thank you. It's a real pleasure to be with you.
Thank you so much. So John, you and I have spoken before, and I know that your comments today will be specifically to help and support women, mainly 40 and above, who are single and want to have a great relationship. And so there's so much interest in your work in my audience. And I asked some of the ladies to pre-submit questions, and I wonder if it would be okay if I ask some of those, and we'll start with kind of a broad question and then offer some more specific ones from there. Would that be all right?
That would be great.
All right. So John, this question comes in from Christine. She says, thank you so much for this opportunity to hear more from John Gray. I have a question for Dr. Gray. What are some tips for women who are dating in their later years, 50s, 60s, and 70s? I know that's kind of broad. I'll let you pick up where you like there.
Well, I'm getting a feedback from you. Okay, I think you can hear me now fine. Okay. Dating, when we start dating again in our 50s and 60s, it's really like we're teenagers again. It's always awkward to date, particularly how much experience that we have. Many of us got married when we were young, and then suddenly we get older, we get divorced, or our spouse dies, as in my case. You start dating again, it becomes like, well, how do I do this? So I want to mention that it's a big subject. I want to give some brief answers because there's a lot of questions today. I do address that a lot in my book, MarsVenus on a Date. The challenges as you get older and you're a woman is that your masculine side is more developed. That's natural. After menopause, your estrogen levels start to drop. And unless you become really an expert at being feminine, which is estrogen, you tend to become more masculine. And so what you want to use dating as an opportunity to strengthen your feminine side, and don't fall into the well of going onto your masculine side. It's easier to be on your masculine side. Now, let's say you're young and you're in danger, or you feel threatened, or you feel low self-esteem, or you feel a lack of confidence. You would naturally go more to your male side because it's your protector. Ideally, the female side is someone loving you, supporting you, being there for you. Now, none of these are absolutes, they're extremes, but one's on the left, one's on the right. We want to find the middle point. But as you get older and you're a woman, it's more challenging to find your female side because hormonally it's much easier. Even if you're feeling safe and confident and good about yourself, you go to your male side. So the key here is you don't have to have the estrogen levels you had as a young woman to feel feminine. You just have to to stimulate your estrogen levels in balance with your testosterone levels, which is your more protective side, independent side, logical side, can-do lady. You can do it all. So on the dating situation, you want to use dating as an opportunity to develop and grow your feminine side, because that's always going to be a challenge as you get older. Now, so what you do is you recognize that men actually like to be tools. Women don't. So this would be offensive, but men want to be used. We like our tools. We are a tool. We like our cars. I mean, men fall in love with their cars, right? Look at my car. If you dent a guy's car, it's like, oh, my car, it's dented. They bond with tools. And so what does it mean to be a tool? It means I want to provide something for you and be appreciated. So your feminine side is your wisdom, inner intuition that says, what would make me feel good? What would make me feel happy that doesn't have to do with serving another person? Okay, that's it. So on the date, you want to be clear in a gentle way, always in a gentle way, because these days the male ego is so fragile. And clearly, as men get older, their estrogen levels rise. While yours go down, his estrogen levels, they go up. So he needs a gentle approach, which some women would be considered coddling. As like, I don't want to coddle a man. But actually, that's how you love a man, but not like a child. You just have to recognize that just as you're out of balance, typically, because our society doesn't support women being on their female side, our society is really not rewarding men for being on their masculine side. So there's a lot of challenges today in our self-esteem, both as women and men. So what I suggest is things that might seem like coddling, but actually it's about you taking care of what you would like, what you would need. And so I'm over here, a man, telling you what will actually help you get a man to be interested in you and be happier on a date. Now, I remember when MarsVenus on a Date came out, a reviewer in New York City, and already if you live in New York City, you're way on your male side. Okay, it's just like there's certain places that just push you to the male side. Not that you can't be also on your female side. But one reviewer reviewed the book with 4 other dating books and said, well, I never got in a committed relationship following any of these dating books. But when I followed John Gray's advice, I had a great time and I really enjoyed myself. Well, that's the goal. I promise you that if you can date men and have a good time, enjoy yourself, not only will you be happy, but you will also find the right guy for you. It just takes time. Who knows how much time? It's different for everybody. But you want to create a series of positive dating experiences. Don't look for perfection. Look for positive dating experiences and use the man to provide a date for you. You want to let him know 3 options. These are things I like to do. You pick. Oh, I'll pick, he says. Don't ask him what he wants to do. It's about what you would like to do. It's about what you enjoy. Number 2, these are cardinal rules. Number 2 is when you're talking to him, make sure he talks a lot more than you. Ask questions. Oops, I reversed it around. Excuse me. That's what women tend to do. Okay. Yes. So make sure you are talking. I'm not sure what I just said, but make sure you're talking as a woman and he's listening more. Because what you do as women instinctively, because you know what you need. You want someone to be attentive to you, interested in you, because your mother taught you and you probably taught your daughters. If you want somebody to be interested in you, you should be interested in them. Actually,
right.
Don't ever be more interested in a man than he's interested in you. Even if you are more interested, he's probably the wrong guy then because you're pursuing him. Instead, the men who are interested in you, what you want to do is use that interest. And when you're having conversation with them, sometimes they don't talk, sometimes they talk too much. But regardless, if he's not talking at all, then you talk more. Occasionally ask a question, short answer, and 3 cardinal responses. Oh, that's a good idea. Well, that makes sense. Well, you're right about that. And then talk more. The more you talk, a man can penetrate you, basically. He's going into your heart. He's into your mind. That's how he bonds with you, as long as he feels that you're appreciating that. So what do you need most to come back to your female side? The bottom line, and we'll finish up this question, is to have somebody hear you, to feel safe and express how you feel, what you think, what you want. And that means absolute authenticity. That's such a beautiful experience. But if you're pursuing somebody, trying to win them over, it's hard to be completely authentic. We have these automatic childlike reactions where we want to people please. And then we have the opposite of that for some women, which is want to argue to express your authentic self. Don't argue. Actually, practice something called making it okay for 2 people to have different points of view. And how do you do that? You just keep checking. Am I trying to change his point of view, or am I working to appreciate the difference between our points of view and appreciate his perspective? The secret with men in dating is appreciation, appreciation, appreciation. That allows him to be more interested in you and get to know you and bond with you.